Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Right now I'm joined by Jesse Shepard, who is the owner and therapist down at Blue Clover Therapy down in Salt Lake City. We are talking about ways that you can physically improve your mood and your confidence by doing some simple routines throughout your day. Last time we were here, we were talking a lot about mental health, but we're going to talk mainly about ways that you can physically alter your mood just by doing some very simple stuff. So Jesse, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for coming on again. We really appreciate it.
You guys are wonderful.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. So let's talk about these really kind of simple ways to just boost your mood and your confidence. If you're kind of feeling a little low or lethargic during the day, there's some kind of just simple things that you can get up and do to make you feel a little bit better, right?
Yeah, so the first one is the stretch and wiggle. So we're going to want to get up and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay.
So we want to be able to kind of move around a little bit.
Okay.
And if you, let's say you're at a desk and you're like this.
Okay. Hunched over all day long like
yeah,
this?
just if you're hunched over, like being able to kind of move around a little bit, get blood flow to your hands, and kind of, you know, you can even like stretch your arms.
Kind of just doing overarm stretches and moving around.
And just the blood flow will kind of increase our endorphins just by moving around a little bit.
Just slightly. So even just getting up and maybe taking a quick little 2-minute walk around the office or something like that will do some really great
Listening to your jam.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The second one we're going to talk about is the Mr. Clean.
Okay.
And so we all know Mr. Clean, where he folds his arms in front of him.
The pose, right? Yeah.
And this makes us appear as if we are more assertive, whether we are or we're not, and we are more confident in our opinions when we have our arms folded.
And this is kind of the key to this one is the chest, right? You kind of got to poke the chest out a little bit.
Nice and open. And I mean, you really do believe your opinions more, and you're more persuasive when you have your arms folded.
So if you're speaking in front of an audience, if you're maybe giving a presentation in front of your office and your work members, this is probably the best way to do it, is what you're saying?
Right, and no hunching.
No hunching over. You want to really be...
Like, oh, I know what I'm doing here.
Because I've heard a lot of the time that when you kind of cross your arms and fold in, that's kind of a showing that you're uncomfortable with the situation.
Yes, and that's more when the shoulders are rolled in.
So when they're out, that shows that
that's like,
confidence.
We're okay. Yep, we're going to do this. Third, here's a pencil.
Okay.
Okay, so this we call the pencil smile.
Okay.
And what it is that when we put a pencil in our teeth like this.
Okay.
I know it's kind of silly. We engage the same muscles when we have a genuine smile.
A natural smile that would just happen.
And just by doing that, we lower our cortisol levels and we increase our endorphins. So we actually think that we're smiling. We get a little happier.
We trick ourselves a little bit there, and so our brain releases those endorphins, and we kind of just get that little boost from that. So all you have to do is just put on a smile.
The whole fake it till you make it thing is a very real thing.
Yeah, it's got the studies that show that it's totally true, the fake it till you make it, that whole idea.
Right, and before you know it, if you're having a hard day, you might kind of get this little smile and be like, okay, we're okay, it's all right. And that will, again, engage yourself into that endorphin boost a little bit.
Hopefully turn things around for your day as well. So there's some simple things right there that you can easily do. Just if you're sitting down at your desk all day long, you can easily just get up, take a quick little walk around, stretch out, get that blood flow going. If you're feeling a little low for the day, you can do the pencil smile, which will help you increase those endorphins and kind of turn things around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then the Mr. Clean, that's a great one for...
Mr. Clean's a good one.
For confidence building and persuasiveness, right?
That's right.
What's the last one we're learning here?
The superhero pose. And the cool thing about the superhero pose is that I want you to think of a superhero that you love. Okay, I think of Wonder Woman, but you know. So you put your hands on your hips. You put them as fists or just around your hips. You want your feet to be shoulder length apart. And now I want you to look up at the sky as if your searchlight is out telling you that they need you. Your city needs you.
The city needs me.
The city needs you.
All right, Park City needs me right now.
That's right. Exactly. And by doing that, you want to imagine that the people need you, that you are important, that just by doing this, by keeping your chest open and just, you get that boost of endorphins, which is what we're looking for. And it's a good self-confidence builder, being like, yeah, I'm all right.
I got this. Yep. I can do this.
I can do anything I need to. Yep.
That's great. So some simple ways to kind of improve your physical well-being throughout the day. What are some other, some smaller tips that you have in terms of maybe some mental health things that you can do throughout your day to just keep yourself feeling really well?
So I always suggest some sort of little totem that you can put on your desk, or something that you interact with on a regular basis, even like in your car, where every time that you interact with that object, you say something nice about yourself. So if you don't have, you don't have a place to do your superhero, you can at the very least say, well, you know what, I am great. I did a good job during that presentation, or whatever it is, or I'm important, or people love me, that kind of thing. And that's helpful because that rewrites our self-talk.
Okay.
Whereas a lot of us, we kind of have a running tape in our head, and we would like to think that it's positive, but sometimes it's negative. Like, oh, how could I do that? Oh.
A lot of the time we're our own worst critic. That's kind of how the saying goes, right? So it's important to give that self-love and appreciate yourself.
Yeah, and just be like, you know what, I'm good, I'm awesome. And that totem is just kind of that way of rewriting those pieces.
Perfect. Well, you can visit Jessie down at Blue Clover Therapy down in Salt Lake City. Where can people keep up to date with everything that's happening at Blue Clover?
So you can go to blueclovertherapy.com, or you can go to my weekly blog, which is jessiethetherapist.com.
Excellent. And I did want to just mention really quick, because there is a stigma around receiving help with mental illnesses and mental problems like that. There shouldn't be that there, because the help is available to you, and you shouldn't feel ashamed for having these types of feelings. I mean, we're human and we go through ups and downs in our life, and I think it's important that people know that there are resources available to them, like Blue Clover, where they can go and simply just have a chat with someone and express their feelings.
Well, and that's the thing, is mental health is not a one-time therapy session. It is our day-to-day, and that we need to, safeguard that and do our self-care. And so coming and seeing a therapist is wonderful, and we shouldn't think of that as a negative thing.
Perfect. Jessie, thanks for joining us here again on the Mountain Morning Show. Really appreciate it. Be sure and visit Jessie down at Blue Clover in Salt Lake City. You can check them out at blueclovertherapy.com or jessiethetherapist.com. That's her blog. We talked about the stretch and wiggle today, Mr. Clean, pencil smile, and the superhero pose. Implement those into your daily routine to make yourself feel a ton better throughout your day. We're going to wrap up this first hour on the Mountain Morning Show when we come back from break.